Glenn Warner, GorillaMaker.com. I have a used roll of PLA material, and I'm going to show you the end when I pulled that out. You can see it's kind of stringy looking. Before we can use this in a printer again, we want to do a couple things. We want to bend it to make sure it bends. If you ever bend a piece of filament and it just snaps off, you want to keep pulling it further and further until you bend it and it does not break. If it breaks, it has water in it and it's contaminated. Take your cutters out of your toolkit and cut this off past where you bent it, because you never want to try to push a bend through the printer. Okay, I have the printer turned sideways. I'm going to put this roll on here. I have my material going clockwise. That's very important. Never try to do it the other way, because the filament can't make this bend like this. That cannot work. So you want to make sure your roll's on this direction where it's coming down from the bottom to pull it up. Otherwise it will not print properly. You'll have a tangle there that will be very difficult to use. Push your filament up through that part of the feed tube. This tube is just here to keep it from getting tangled during printing. I pushed pretty much of that out. I'm going to pull some of that back. The spool just sets on here very freely. I'm going to take the filament and straighten it out just a little bit. I'm going to stick it right through that little porthole right there and get it ready to get started. Now it's important to note, on the front control panel you want to press the preheat button. You want to press the plus sign until you get this to come up to 230. I've already pressed it several times. You can see the set point's 230 and the current temperature is very close. Once the temperature is set, you want to turn this clockwise. You can see that's pulling the tube down. And you can look down here and you can see where there was blue in the machine before. I have a roll of pink and I'm turning it and you see blue coming out because that was the last color I had. And as I turn this, you can see this is getting harder to turn. So you want to turn it gingerly. You don't want to just force it. Turn it where it's nice and solid, I guess. Make sure this tube is plugged in all the way into the porthole up here. And I have that perfectly done. There's a tool in the toolkit that I'm going to get. It's a needle nose pair of pliers. And your GorillaMaker toolkit, everything you need is in here. There's the needle nose pliers. That allows you to safely reach that piece of plastic and pull it off your print bed. You don't want to reach down there because you might touch that hot end right there and that will burn you. Anytime you see that fan moving, this temperature is above 50 degrees C. In this case it's 230 right now, so be cautious, don't burn yourself. That's all you have to do to load filament into your GM3D 500 or 200. 500 works exactly the same way. The 505 works this way as well. When you're at this screen right here, in order not to have a bad day, you're going to want to press this button right here, and you can see where it set the set point to 0. And when you press that button, it clears everything out. Now you can go back to the main screen. You're going to see the printer cool down. This fan will stop once it gets down to 50 degrees C or lower. The reason for that is when you're going to print, you never want to print with the preheated temperature. You want the machine to cool down first. If you try to print once you've set the preset, you can have what's called thermal runaway, and that's going to keep your print job from printing, and you just won't know it till you cycle power. The printer will take an unusually long time to start up, and it'll be very confusing. I'm Glenn Warner, GorillaMaker.com. That's how you put a new roll of filament on.